Hey everyone, I want to share with you guys my favorite gun of 2024. Okay, so in 2023 and for a few years running behind that, my favorite gun was the Ruger MPR. I've done many videos on that gun, but in 2024, right, and I've done a lot of gun videos on this channel. I've had some really expensive guns on here, Scar 17, the SIG MCX, a whole bunch of other guns, SIG M400. But my favorite gun is the Davidson Defense AR-47. Okay, so this is an AR-15 that's chambered in 7.62 by 3.9, basically the AK-47 round. A lot of fun to shoot. The recoil of the 7.62 by 3.9 in a direct impingement platform, totally different than shooting it in an AK-47. The recoil is much lighter, especially now. I don't even have to have a I don't even have an adjustable gas valve on here. So with the standard gas valve, this thing ejects somewhere around 3 to 4 o'clock. And that's with the steel case ammunition. So one of the things that makes me love this gun so much is I've got so much of this Russian steel case ammunition, Tula, Wolf, Red Army Standard. Okay, and in my AK-47s, the best that they will usually get is about 3 MOA. Okay, now that's not because of the gun. That's more because of the optics. It's really hard to mount an optic on an AK-47. If you use a side mount, the optic ends up being too high. If you press on it, you see that it moves. The AK receiver flexes when it shoots, so because of that flex, that mount is going to move a little bit. So the best place to put an optic on an AK-47 is over the gas tube. Okay, so now you're clamping a lower rail onto the barrel, and then there's an upper rail that clamps on top of that, and then the optic goes on. So there's a lot of levels there, and it's really easy for one of the screws to come loose at one of those levels, and especially if it's on the rail that clamps onto the barrel, you can't even see it unless you take everything apart. So it's just a pain in the ass. I've been able to, the best group I ever got with the AK-47, and I got multiple, I got lots of AKs, was at 200 yards, 3 3/4 inches. Okay, so just inside of 2 MOA, and I only got that one time. Okay, only once. So with this AR-47 from Davidson Defense, I will get like 1.25 very regularly. I've hit 1-inch groups with steel case ammunition on a couple of occasions. I've done a couple of videos. Tula White Box did it for me. Wolf Polyformance did it for me. And today I was shooting Wolf Performance. Okay, so this is different from the Polyformance. I didn't know I thought Polyformance was just a typing error. But somebody told me that referred to the coating on those steel cases. So this is the standard Wolf Polyformance, made in Russia, and I'm just. First of all, it's like 15 degrees right now, and it is windy today. I mean, we've had gusts up to 40 miles per hour. The heavier bullets, right? The heavier, was it 122 grain bullet, metal jacket. Really make shooting in the wind a little bit easier. I did a bunch of groups here. Usually I look at the best 4 out of 5, so I got a nice with an 1 3/4 here. All right, so again, 1 3/4 MOA is the best I ever got. One time I have an AK-47, and here it's like no big deal. I hit it quite regularly. I have over here on the side, I've got a 1-inch group for 4 out of 5. These 4 shots here. The 5th shot opened it up to 1.5 inches. Okay, and I said, okay, let me get a clean piece of paper and do this again. I was hoping to improve upon it, but I didn't quite improve upon it. So But I got, because normally I look at the best 4 out of 5. 4 out of 5, I got 1.5 inches. With the 5th shot, I got 2¼ inches. But again, first of all, it's getting dark now. I'm doing this into the evening with high winds. You know, anything inside 1.5 inches. Using steel case ammunition, right? Steel case ammunition, which I'm now hitting very consistently, okay, against, and that's with multiple, lots, right? I've tried Wolf white box, Wolf Polyformance. Oh no, sorry, that was Tula white box, Wolf Polyformance, Wolf Performance. So this AR-47 here from Davidson Defense, it's all of a sudden given like a whole new life to all this steel case ammo that I had stockpiled, that I kind of considered it like, all right, it's like, ammo for shooting like 50 yards and in. But now it's like I'm looking at it, I'm like, wait a second, this is like DMR ammunition, this is stuff that I can take out to 500 yards. And the scope I'm using is the Holosun 503G ACSS, so it has a bullet drop compensator, and then with the Vortex 6X magnifier behind it. Yeah, this is a 600-yard gun. 500. Let's say 500-yard gun. Okay. This is a 500-yard gun. So I'm really happy with this gun. Really happy with this AR-47. So I've done all these gun videos over the year, tested out lots of different guns, enjoyed them all. Okay, but out of all of them, like looking back, the one that I'm loving the most is this AR-47 from Davidson Defense. Hey, it is starting to get dark, so I was kind of curious to see what the muzzle flash would look like. So there's just enough light so you can see me, and you should be able to see the flash. Now this has an 8.2 bird cage on it. Okay, so I'll fire a couple of shots this way so you guys, so we can see it in the camera. So from my position as the shooter, I couldn't see any flash. So even under these low light conditions, in the 16-inch barrel, 7.62 by 3.9, using the A2 bird cage, I could not see any flash while I was shooting.